Hey everyone, welcome back to VT Member Academy. In today's module, we're going to talk about first day essentials. So after you onboard a team member, what are some of the keys that you need to set up for your first day? Now, in our business, as we grew our business, currently, as of today's date, our team is at around 200 people. So as we bring new team members in, we need to make sure that they have their first day essentials, they feel value, and they feel like we're investing in them. And so these are some of the tools in today's module. I'm going to share some of the tools as that we've utilized in our business to help scale our business that may be able to benefit you. Now, we're going to dive into some slides, and I'll see you in there. So like I said, first day essentials. My goal is to show you step by step how to create a welcoming virtual environment and show you the essential tools for managing your team. Here's the key. The key at the end of the day, before I dive into any of the tactical stuff, the key is to get your team member to start treating your business like it's their business. That's the goal. Your goal is to get your team member to start treating your business like it's their business. I'll give you an example. Oftentimes, when I have very, very early morning meetings, like I'm talking about 6 a.m., 5 a.m., because we sign clients in Eastern Standard Time, we live in Pacific Standard Time. And so oftentimes when it's super early in the morning, my operations director, Angie, she works 9 to 5 Pacific Standard Time. But just the other day, for example, in the morning, I had a 6 a.m. meeting and she knows me. Sometimes in the morning, I'm super tired and I'm up late last night, doing work, whatever it is. And the morning of, I think it was Wednesday this week, she actually went at 5:30. She called one of my team members to start calling me at 5:30 and to wake me up for my 5:45 meeting so that I can prepare for my 6 o'clock meeting. So she called me, and so she called a team member to call me because she had to attend a funeral. That was how much care was put in to the business. When you can get your team member to start treating your business like it's their business, that's when you start winning. So creating a welcoming virtual environment, before I talk about the tactical things, mastermind effect. This is actually one of the most important rules that Napoleon Hill wrote about in his book, Law of Success. Okay. And the mastermind effect can be defined as the coordination of knowledge and effort between two or more people who work towards a definite purpose in a spirit of harmony. Okay. So how do you create mastermind effect amongst your team? One of the tools that we utilize is called Frame. Now, the best part about this tool is that it's free. Obviously, when we first started the business, I was $60,000 in debt. So when I was building this business, I was looking for innovative ways to grow the business where it was free. So this particular program, it's free right now, okay, for any companies that have users less than 50 users. Now we have users more than 50 users, so we have the paid version. But if your business is under 8 people, okay, it only costs you nothing to sign up. So let me show you exactly how to sign up. All right, so you guys can see my screen. So essentially what I'm going to do is I actually already pulled it up over here on an incognito tab. So where you go is you go to, first of all, framevr.io. Okay, framevr.io. Okay. After you go here, what you're going to do is you're going to click login, and you're going to create your own account. Once you create an account, okay, it's going to look something like, not like this. It's going to look something like this when you log in. So when you log in, okay, it's going to take you to a page where you have all of these are called frames. Okay, now all of these frames I can tie to each other. So I'll show you. So VT Member Office, this is our office. Okay, it's plus, if you have more than 50 users in your business, okay, it's only $50. Go and use it. So if you go into here, VT Member Office, this is our metaverse office. Here's the cool part. Okay, so when I go into the office, okay, you can decorate this office however you want, right? You can put logos on the ground, you can put labels on the wall. And so, for example, I'm giving you a tour of our office right now. So I'll just give you an example. If I go into Will's office, you can see a picture of Will's dog, Hobson. Okay. If I go, for example, into, Mary's office, right? You can see there's pictures of her and people that pictures of her and her team. Okay. And because she's a manager. Now, if I go into, for example, our senior vice president's office, which I'm just going to walk down the hallway here, which is called Mama Bear's Nook. We call her Mama Bear. You go in and you can see our org chart, and then you can see, for example, all the team bonding pictures on the wall here. Okay, so this is our metaverse office. Okay, the reason why I created this office, just so you guys know, is because it creates an open and transparent environment for your team members to collaborate in, right? These are sound zones. When I enter these sound zones, anybody outside the sound zone can't hear what we are talking about. So I can have private conversation. I can fire people in here. I can hire people in here, right? If I don't want anybody to be able to enter my sound zone, I can lock the room just like that. And so there's a lot of things that I can do to this office, but the coolest part of this office is the mastermind effect. It's the water cooler effect. Your team member, okay, if they don't have this environment, will only talk to you or maybe see you once in a while. Okay, because a lot of times you're communicating on WhatsApp, even communicating over um WhatsApp, over text, it's still not as personal as like an in-person relationship. This combined with webcam, which I can turn on right here, gets closest to an in-person relationship as possible, which is what's required in order to get your team member to start treating your business like it's their business. Because the only way that they're going to do that is if they start building a relationship with you, start building a friendship with you, right? And that's what we did with all of our team members, especially the ones that are offshore. What I've done in the past, 2 years is I've flown to that country. I stayed in the same place with them. I shared food with them. I broke bread with them. I partied with them. And so as I built that relationship, I garnish more loyalty from the team member that you're working with. So this environment is a perfect environment for you to be able to build that with your team member. Okay. So very easy. You go, you sign up. It's very self-explanatory. And if you don't know how to customize it, you can literally ask, like, if you hire VTMs from VT member, you can literally ask your VTM to go and customize it for you. Okay. And go and set it up because they all know how to set it up. All right. Next thing, we're now going to talk about the daily communication platform. Okay. So the daily communication platform essentially is a tool that you use to have daily communication with your team member. Texting, okay, is not robust enough. Why? Because you can't save files, right? You can't transfer files via text. It's very difficult. Even pictures, it's kind of finicky over text. If you have iMessage, sure, you can transfer via iMessage, but a lot of individuals that are working remotely, right, like those in different countries, they can't afford iPhones, right? A lot of them have Androids. And so having iMessage, that's great, but not everybody has iMessage. So for us, with every single one of our clients, we actually create a WhatsApp group. So these are all the different communication platforms that you have. But you can see here WhatsApp, Slack, Discord, Messenger, Skype, Microsoft Teams. These are all potential platforms that you could utilize, okay, in order for you to manage your team member a little bit more effectively through the daily communication. Now, the cool part is this, okay? When you work with VT member, okay, and you hire one of our team members, we will create a WhatsApp group chat just like this, okay? And you will be able to communicate in your WhatsApp group chat with your team member. I'll give you an example. So luxury listings, for example, right? In here, you can see, okay, there's Javi, okay, who is a virtual trainer. There's Miguel, which is the local North American agent who will advise you on how to best utilize your virtual assistant. There's Christelle, who is the actual virtual assistant that's doing the work. Okay, you have Jake, who is our VP of operations. Okay, and then you have Matthew, the client. May over here is our senior vice president of operation, and then Ashley over here is also on the client side. So you can see in every single group chat, there are multiple team members in there that will support you and support your business. Okay. So, point that I'm trying to make is this, is that your daily communication platform, make sure you select it and make sure you select it well, because there's certain platforms out there that offer, for example, automations, right? For us, we use Slack internally as well for all of our internal team members. Why? Because the moment we get a new deal signed, it can automate a message to the parties that need to go and activate that particular deal. Every single client that needs a VA from us, VTM from us, what we do is we go through a 3-step hiring process. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and then there's a lot of coordination, a lot of organizing that happens in the background, and a lot of people need to be deployed, right? Each time a client needs a new VA. So essentially, that's what we use daily communication platforms for. Next, we're going to now talk about project management programs. So project management programs, these are essentially programs like Trello, Monday, Asana, Notion, Basecamp. And these project management programs are used specifically to manage tasks through a pipeline so that you can get a feel for what's being done on a daily basis. Now, I'll show you a couple examples, but the main example that I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you our main Trello board. So this is our main Trello board. Okay. You can see here all of our team members here, myself, Angie and Kira, Angie, Kira, May, Ain, JJ, all of these individuals, they all have their own list of things that they need to complete. Now, in a board like this, everybody can see what everybody is working on so that we can keep each other accountable. All right. That's a project management program. Okay. A project management program, essentially, again, it's for you to manage your tasks. Okay. All right. Next thing we're going to talk about, local voice over IP. And just so you know, all of these tools that I'm mentioning, these are tools that I advise our clients to set up. Okay. But if you work with VT Member and you are a client of ours, we will set all this up for you at no cost, meaning all of this stuff, the Trello account, the phones, like everything I'm going to talk about later, all of that, you will get that at no cost when you just hire a team member from us. Okay. All right. So, next that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about local voice over IP phones. Okay. So RingCentral, Dialpad are examples of these local voice over IP phones. They're usually $30 to $50 a month, depending on the plan that you get, depending on long distance, and depending on the how much texting you do. What we do is we cover all the costs associated to that. Okay, so we have partnerships with RingCentral and Dialpad, and we can get you a local North American number in any local North American city of your choice, and we can change the caller ID to whatever you want it to be. Okay, and we provide that to your team members. So this is another tool that you may want to consider to get your team member, especially if the team member is going to be doing calls on your behalf. Okay, next. The next tool and the final tool that I advise all of our clients to get is a customer relationship management software, which is a CRM. A lot of companies, if you know, you should be very familiar with CRMs. So a couple examples of CRMs are GoHighLevel, HubSpot, Pipedrive, Salesforce, ClickFunnels, Zoho. Ultimately, what a CRM is used for is to manage customer relationships to a pipeline so that you can see who still needs to be followed up on, who you've signed, what kind of onboarding processes do you need to follow? And the CRM essentially should be able to automate a lot of that for you. Automate email drips, automate onboarding emails, automate surveys or questionnaires, customer success questionnaires, whatever it is, the CRM should be able to do that for you. Okay. And by far, one of the best that I've seen across the board is GoHighLevel. Okay. The cool part of working with VT Member is that we actually provide you with GoHighLevel account for free. We are a GoHighLevel reseller, and the benefit of being a reseller is that we can resell it at $0. And when you are a VT Member client, you get the GoHighLevel completely free of charge, and we will set that all up for you for free as well. Okay. So that concludes all the tools. This module is a little bit shorter, but that concludes all the tools that you may potentially be needing. Not all of these tools are mandatory. I think there's a couple that are mandatory. Daily communication platform like a WhatsApp, Slack, Discord, that's super mandatory. Okay. Project management program, I've seen some people use it, some people not use it. It just depends on your working style. For me, I personally, the only thing that I do is I assign tasks through voice notes. That's it. I don't put it on my Trello. My team members put it on Trello so I can see on a dashboard, but I don't go in there and type up the instructions. I don't go and prioritize. I have my team members do that. So depending on the workflow, some of them are optional, some of them aren't. Data communication platform, I think that's a mandatory one, right? CRM, I think that's also a mandatory one. But if you already have a CRM, then you're good to go. So that concludes today's module, and I'll see you on the next one.